Once upon a time, there was a boy named Maliang. He loved to draw, but his family was poor, and they couldn't afford to buy him a drawing brush. They lived by collecting firewood. One day, he passed by a school and saw an old man who was drawing. He walked up to him all excited and said, "I would like to learn how to draw. Can you lend me a brush?" The old man said, "You will need money to pay for my teaching and the brush. Only then will I teach you." Maliang didn't have any money, so he just walked away disappointedly. Although Maliang had no money to buy a brush and to pay for the teaching, it didn't make him lose interest in drawing. He drew a bird using the stick of a branch on the sand. He drew little fish, using water mixed with some colored dirt on the rocks by the riverbank. He would draw wherever he went. The years and time passed by very quickly as Maliang improved his drawing. Whatever he drew looked so real, just like how it was in real life. Once, he used the stick of a branch to draw a hen, and it looked so real, it attracted an eagle which was flying high in the sky. One night, while Maliang was sleeping in a room full of firewood, he had a very strange dream. An old man with a white beard came down from the sky and told him, "You're a good boy, and I want to present to you a special brush. I hope you will use it properly in the times to come." After saying that, the old man disappeared. In the morning, Maliang woke up, rubbed his eyes, and realized that it was a dream, but then found a brush in his hands. He was very excited and ran to the nearby street and shouted, "At last I have a brush!" All his friends were very happy for him too. Maliang happily took his new brush and drew a buffalo on the wall. While everyone was admiring the drawing, the buffalo shook his head, came out from the wall, and became a real buffalo. Everyone was shocked to see that when it happened. Actually, that was because it was a magic brush. Since then, Maliang always drew for the poor people to help them with whatever they needed. Soon the news spread to the landlord of the village. He quickly sent people to catch Maliang and wanted him to draw treasures for himself. Maliang knew that the landlord used to trouble the people, so no matter how hard the landlord tried, Maliang would not draw. So the landlord locked him inside the stables where they kept the animals and didn't give him food to eat. That night, Maliang quietly drew a window on the wall and jumped out. He again drew a horse and climbed onto the horse and rode away. Not long after he escaped, the landlord found out and started to chase him. Maliang took out an arrow which was prepared earlier and shot the horse of the landlord. The landlord fell off the horse onto the ground, so Maliang was able to quickly ride away on the horse and escape. Maliang, being on the road for few days, finally came to a town. He didn't have any money with him, so he started to sell his drawings. Now, because the brush could make things come alive, he didn't usually finish his drawings. He always left some parts unfinished. One day, he drew a white goose and purposely didn't draw one eye, but he accidentally dropped some ink and it made another eye. Then the goose opened its eyes and flew away with its wings flapping. This time, the whole town was shocked. The emperor sent people to catch Maliang and make him draw at the palace. Maliang knew that the emperor was just as bad as the landlord, so he didn't want to draw for him. The emperor asked him to draw a phoenix. Instead, he drew a crow, and it flew around inside the palace. The emperor got furious when he saw this, so he ordered his guards to take his brush away and put him in a prison cell. The greedy emperor took the magic brush and tried to draw a golden necklace, but it became a cobra, ready to attack, and it went towards him. But the guards quickly fought off the cobra and saved the emperor. Finally now, the emperor knew that only Maliang could draw whatever he wanted. So he asked his men to let him go and told him hypocritically, "If you could draw for me, I could give you very big rewards." Maliang suddenly had a thought and agreed to his suggestions. The emperor was very happy and gave back his brush to him. He wanted him to draw a money tree. Maliang had an idea, so he took the brush and drew a sea without borders with huge waves. The emperor was puzzled and was going to ask about it, when Maliang again drew a little island in the middle of the sea, with a shiny golden tree on the island. He then said, "The money tree is done." The emperor laughed out happily and said, "Okay, so how do I get there?" Maliang quickly drew a boat on the sea. The emperor couldn't wait and brought his ministers on the boat with him. Maliang again drew some wind, and the boat started to move slowly. The emperor had his eyes on the money tree and was impatient. He felt the boat was moving too slowly, so he shouted, "Make the wind a little stronger, a little stronger." Maliang angrily drew a few more strokes. Then the sea made some big waves that strongly tossed around the emperor's boat. The ministers didn't hold on tight enough and fell into the sea. Then the emperor shouted for help. "Stop drawing! The boat is going to turn upside down!" Maliang acted as though he couldn't hear anything. He again drew a huge wave, which headed towards the boat. The boat was quickly hit by the waves and broke into pieces and sank into the sea. After that, Maliang became their hero and was loved by all the local people. He then traveled on to many places and drew for many other poor people to help them.